What is good, fellas, and hope you guys are all having a great day. Today we're talking about how to get the cheapest training in college football 26. When it comes to college football and college football ultimate team specifically, trading is significantly more valuable than coins, in my opinion, and that is because, well, we have the training rerolls, and honestly, to pull auctionable players, you really need to pull them out of training rerolls. Unfortunately, EA has taken a major step towards making pretty much every single player you guys earn for free in this game B&D. Like, it does leave the room for us to actually have some pretty cool pulls out of those B&D packs, but, it does make, making coins in this game a little bit difficult. This does open up the door for us to come in here and try to make cheap training. Now, we're going to talk about a few different methods today. I guess we only have 2 different methods. Before we hop in and talk about anything else, though, we do have a few quick small things we do need to go over. First things first, we are currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new to the channel and you do enjoy daily college football ultimate team content, I feel like you already know what to do. Get on there, drop a like on this video if you have not already. And now that we got this all out of the way, let's hop in and talk about how to get the cheapest training in college football 26 ultimate team. First method, and this really isn't much of a method, but it's going to be opening up the recruit bundle right here. Now, for whatever reason, I have over 250 unopened packs. It's going to be opening up the recruit bundle right here and pretty much quick selling everything you pull. I've seen people hit some pretty cool things out of that, and by doing that, you actually are going to allow yourself to make some pretty good bang for your buck opening up packs training. Anything over 85, I would personally sell off. Everything else, I would just quick sell, get rid of. If you want to build up your training count by opening up packs, that is going to be the best way to do it. I don't really love it as a concept, though, because there is so much RNG being, I guess, relied upon to actually hit big and actually quick sell it, turning into training, and then you actually take the trading over into the trading store, and the trading store hasn't always been as good as it once was. Like, if you play during Season 1, the CFP trading store, I've never seen it better. Once you guys finally get all this trading, you actually have to take it over here to the trading store and then hope you guys hit pretty big. I do know people really like the premium trading packs, and, like, honestly, this is not a bad way to do it. I opened up one of the Ranksgiving 92 plus overall training fantasy packs the other day, and I mean, it is ridiculously expensive to actually get up there, but if you do open it up, it's not the be all end all. Of course, we do have the cheaper B&D options, and if you want to rip open the cheaper B&D options, I do not blame you at all. Like, this is expensive to actually get up to. It's just crazy to see, A, how expensive training has truly got, and I guess, B, how quickly they increased the price per training pack. I remember when training packs cost like 3,000, and we were all saying that was a lot. Going back to the premium training pack, though, this is probably the best way you guys can actually spend your training. I've seen some pretty cool pull out of these over the last, honestly, few weeks, and if you are kind of low on training but want to fuel something, this is probably the best way to do it. Method number 2, and honestly, my preferred method when it comes to getting cheap training, is going to be over on CFB.fan, and it is going to be the pricing dashboard. This is a tool that if you guys are not utilizing, I highly recommend you guys actually get on it. There is so much on here that can help you not only make coins, but also find cheap and affordable training. Up top, you guys can see the current 24-hour price per training. Right now, we are hindering around 6.8 coin to training point. Basically what that means, for every single coin you spend, that is how many training points you are getting out of it. Right now, we are currently at 6.86. Later we get into the year, the closer that number gets to 1-to-1. Anything below 1 means you are getting a better bang for your buck value, but it also means that the price per training pack, which we already talked about getting super expensive, is only going to go up in price. The reason why this concerns me so much with the price per training getting cheaper, but the price per training pack going up, it's really hard to pull auctionable cards in this game. Every single player EA is kind of pushing on us is pretty much a B&D. So because of that, it does make getting affordable training a little bit more challenging. It kind of makes the auction house a little bit more extinct than it probably should. That is why if you guys do want to open up a lot of training rerolls for, let's say, Ranksgiving or anything else going on in the game, it is always a very good idea to prepare ahead of time. Hence why we are talking about the auction house method right now. When it comes to the CFB.fan pricing dashboard, and I will drop a link for this down below in the comment section for those who want to go and check this out for yourself, I would highly recommend it. There is a lot going on over here. We have the daily top sellers. This basically tells us what cards are currently selling consistently. It's players that A, people want, or B, pulling a lot of. We got the daily top gainers. These are cards that are going up in price for whatever reason. And then we got the daily top decliners. These are cards that, well, are getting cheaper in price. What we really care about is the cheapest training training by overall, and this, I guess dashboard is going to be your best friend. We got target price, quick sell, training ratio, and then overall. Starting from left to right, obviously overall is the overall player that you guys need to buy. The training ratio is going back to that coin to training ratio that you guys are going to get your training at. You guys can see right now 82 overalls for 2,500 coins is actually the best training ratio in the game. 81s are pretty good, and 80s are actually tied. 83s are 7.57, 84s are 7.78, 87s get a little bit more expensive at 8.7, 88s 9.1, 85s 9.2, 89s 9.3, and then anything else over that, I honestly wouldn't recommend you guys actually open up trading on. Quick sell number is how much these cards are going to quick sell for, and then of course the target price is what you guys are going to pay for them. Now, before you guys go out of your way and actually do this method, I highly recommend you actually go in and see what the cheapest trading is. Market is always constantly changing. I am pre-recording this video by a few days, so if you want to go in and actually check the market before you do, I highly recommend it. I will say 82s have been some of the best trading value pretty much all year, so I don't really expect that to change up too much. And when it comes to actually buying these players on the auction house, I did mention it gets a little bit, extinct on the market, but there is certain filters that I would recommend you guys actually toss on. By tossing on these filters, it will allow you to see the cheapest trading as it pops up. Very first thing you were going to want to do when it comes to, I guess, just sniping in general, you're going to want to make it so you are seeing the newest cards first. You do that by holding down left trigger. After that, you're going to want to go to type, and you are going to want to set it on all offense. After that, for today's example, we're going to be sniping 82, so we're going to set the filter to 82s to 83. Because of the pricing dashboard, we know we want to buy these 82s for 2.5 thousand coins. And by filtering down by newest, we're going to see the most recently listed up cards first. This allows us to get them before anyone else gets them. Once we get in here and once we have this filter on, we're going to go through and we're going to filter down even more by every single conference. So we'll start here with all ACC. We'll see if anything pops up. We'll go down to all American. And as we're doing this, we're looking about 3 to 4 cards in, seeing if we can see any 82 overalls for 2.5 or whatever overall you guys are currently looking for. We're going to continue down through every single conference all the way down until we get to, I believe it is the Sun Belt is the very last one. And then once we get to the Sun Belt, we're going to flip it from all offense to all defense. And then from here, we're going to do the exact same thing, but all the way back down to the Sun Belt until we get as much training as we want. I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the video, but it's a really good idea before we have a big promo dropping to just come in here and try to snipe as much training as you possibly can. It's also a good idea to go in and snipe different overalls. 82s might not be hot right now, but 87s might be hot. If you guys are able to find a card for cheaper than their current value, of course, that will be a better ratio than what MUT.GG is showing. If we pull back up the dashboard right here on CFB.fan, you guys can see the target price for 87s is 21,000 coins, but let's say you find an 87 for 18,000 coins. Obviously, that would be a better ratio. This is just the target price, basing it off of averages on what all of the cards are selling for. That said, boys, is going to be everything we got today. If you guys did enjoy today's how to get cheap training video in CFB 26, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and have a great rest of your weekend. I love you guys as always, but until later, peace. Have a good one, fellas.